Hi you guys, my name is Q and I'm here to show you how to whoop face. This is my first YouTube channel. I'm so excited. I've had a lot of people, tell me, get on your YouTube stuff, man, like do it, because I love doing makeup. So I'm just here to show y'all what I love to do. So feel free to comment, like, subscribe, and I hope you guys enjoy the look. If you guys have any questions for me, like I said, leave them questions down below or whatever. Follow me on Instagram at QQ the MUA. There's no underscores, no capitals, no nothing. Like I said, I'm a Cleveland-based makeup artist. I'm 25 years old, and makeup is my life. So I'm just here to give y'all some looks, honey. I'm trying to serve y'all something. Understand? Okay. So I'm just gonna go ahead and hop into it because I don't really know how YouTube videos go. So we're just gonna get all into it. So first, I don't know if you guys can see that, or maybe I'll turn it this way, but this is what I use to moisturize my face. Now, because we are in the winter time, especially in Cleveland, like it gets cold, honey, it's cold. So my skin definitely feels that. For those of you that have drier skin, even people that have oily skin, like I don't necessarily have dry skin, but in the wintertime I can get dry. So this is what it looks like. It's a thicker cream kind of consistency, but it also allows me to not have to use a primer, which there's not really any rules in makeup. You don't have to use a primer if you don't want to. I like to do it more so in the warmer months of the season, but I'm not doing that today. The thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start with my eyes, periods. What I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna be taking some Studio Finish Concealer in the color NC35, which is a MAC based product.
I use a lot of MAC, and I want to get more into different brands, and I feel like, sometimes I'm really stuck on what I know just due to the fact that I work there. But, MAC is the OG, big girl, it's OG for real, okay? So, I'm just taking my concealer, and which is a cream concealer. Like, I love using this for a base. If I use an actual eyeshadow base, I think my favorite one is the Picture Me Paint Pot from MAC. And you know what else I want to try? Tell me if y'all tried P. Louise, because I heard P. Louise bomb. I don't know if I'm a huge fan. I'm not really a huge fan of, like, liquid paints and, stuff like that, because I feel like it can be messy. But, I'm down to try anything at this point, like, try different products. And not that I'm going to be using all MAC products either. I don't want y'all to think that, but I'm definitely going to be using the bulk of my products is going to be MAC, so just bear with me.
I don't know what brush this is. This brush was given to me. Doesn't have a name on it, so, but something domed, fluffy like that. I want to say this is a fiber brush or anything like that. But I'm going to go in my Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. Yeah, and I'm going to be taking this shade here, this yellow shade that I have happily hit pan on. And I am going to swirl around in that, and I am going to set my eyes.
Now, with using a concealer, I believe it is very important that you set that area. Just because if you don't do it, I honestly think the shadows just don't blend as well, to be honest. Like, I think that it's very important to get a nice even base, which is what the primer or concealer or whatever it is that you're using is for. But I also think that it's important to make sure that when you're using your brushes and things like that, it's an easy swipe. Like, have you ever used eye primer or some kind of base for your lids, and you feel like you're scraping and you're really trying hard to deliver that color payoff? I feel like this helps. Just with concealer. I wouldn't say with every eye base, because I don't use a base for Picture Me Paint Pot, so well, not a base, but I don't set it. Right?
So you guys, we are going to be going in with some goodies, and like I said, I don't know, but honey, that's not the package. But honey, we're gonna go all in. I don't know what we're gonna do. This one is a Juvia's Place palette. This one's called the Nubian. Looks like that. Aren't those colors so pretty? They're very dark and smoky. I don't think I'm going for dark and smoky today, but I will probably be incorporating some of those colors. But I'm also using the crayon case. The crayon case. And this one is the Watch Me Blush palette, and I'll show you guys what that one looks like. Ooh, honey. But honey, let's get into her. Take this color right here, and same brush that I used, tap into, oops, wrong one. tap off the excess. Get that extra powder off, sis. You know, don't, you know, go all in with it. And I am going to start that in my crease area, like right above the crease area, actually. And I'm just taking this domed fluffy brush, and I'm just using that to create a transitional shade, period. Like, we don't want our shadows to look like, you know, you can see where one color starts and where one ends. So we're just gonna build that color there.
Continue to go on in with it. Tapping off the excess. I like to do like little circular motions as opposed to like windshield wipers. I mean, I do that sometimes, but I'm more of a little circle kind of girl. So she looks something like that, just to kind of give you, you know, transition shade isn't meant to be like, oh my god, girl, you poppy. It's just supposed to help with transition. Like when you want to go to another color, you want it to look like it's coming from your skin on out. So you definitely want to do that. And I like to kind of like pull the shadow out towards the edge there. Has anybody else used the Juvia's Place palette or the Crayon Case Mickey Blush palette? Because I'm loving Juvia's already. Like, this is a beautiful transition shade. Like, it's kind of peachy, which is really bomb because I love me a peach, honey. I love me a peach. And we're just going to continue. So just go back and forth. Like I said, I don't really have, like, I wish I would. I just hope I'm a good teacher. Like, that's what I do.
But I really want to focus on, like I said, building that color, but just making it blend, you know? Now we're gonna go into, sorry to kind of like, I don't know, switch up real quick or whatever, but now we're gonna be going into the Watch Me Blush palette, and we are going to be going into this orange shade here called Tangerine, just to accent that peachy transition color that we just used. And I'm going to be taking a MAC 217 brush. This is the old one. This is not the synthetic haired one. The way you can tell if this is like a classic MAC 217 or a new 217 is if it has the letter S behind it. And mine is old, so I don't have the number on here anymore, but it's a 217. There's no S behind it, which means it's not synthetic, which means this is one of the OGs. And I'm gonna take that, tap off the excess, and I'm going to go right up underneath that peachy color in my little circular motions and blend, 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 honey, blend till you can't blend anymore. And I'm just taking that same brush that we used for the transition shade, and I'm just blending the edges. And yes, I do not like to do more dramatic looks like this. I like to do my more dramatic eyes before I do my eyebrows or my foundation, because I feel like it saves you a lot of drama with fallout and stuff like that. So now we're gonna move on, and we're going to go into this color here. This is called Cranberry, okay? And it is a red, honey, and I'm using the same 217 brush. I'm just gonna swirl. We just gonna swirl. Tap it off. And we're gonna go even deeper in here. And we're gonna use, ooh, baby. Get that color pay off. That is a true cranberry. I'm so sorry if I'm like boring you guys. Like I said, talk to me nice. It's my first YouTube channel, okay? I ain't here for the negativity. I do not deal with that. So we all here for fun. At least I am. Like I said, just, you know, doing stuff because you love to do it, you know, like not doing stuff for the thrill of somebody else, make no money, none of that kind of stuff. If I so happen to make some money, that's fucking bomb. But am I here for that? No. I'm here to teach y'all how to do some makeup. Okay, so now I'm going to be taking this brush here, which I don't know if y'all can see that. It's another kind of like dome brush. I don't know what it's called. I'm so sorry. But I am going to be taking this berries color here, which is like kind of like, I mean, kind of like, it's kind of like a dark purple. And I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna focus that right underneath the color that we just did, so we can create some sort of dimension to the eye.
Using that to kind of buff it easy, I kind of gives it a little bit more of a gradient. I try to be respectable for y'all and wash my brushes. So my brush is a little wet. But we don't fix that kind of stuff. So I'm not liking how it's blending everything right now. Because I'm gonna be honest, like I'm a makeup artist and my personal, let me repeat, my personal brushes, I do not wash all the time. As far as my kitten stuff goes, I don't play around with that because that's nasty. Now, what I decide to do with my face is my face, but not everybody else's face, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just taking that color and, like I said, using it to build, so we have kind of like a gradient thing happening there. And I'm also going to take it and pat some in there as well. Oh, it's so pretty. It's so pretty. Look at that purple, you guys. This is my first time using this palette, by the way.
I'm gonna go back with my 217 again in the color berries, which is that dark purple color there, and I'm going to tap into it and just intensify that color just a little bit more and try to keep it right on the crease area so the bulk of the darkness is at the bottom and not have a light hand to you guys. Like, you never want to press really hard. I see a lot of people when they're trying to, you know, learn how to do their makeup, you know, and you know, do more, you know, explicit eyeshadow looks and things like that, and they're pressing so hard, and it's just like, you know, pressing hard doesn't really guarantee that it's gonna come out darker or blend better. Honestly, like, a light hand is the best thing to have, and like I said, for me, it's easier to do little circle motions more than anything. So now I'm gonna take this brush. This is an e.l.f. brush. Looks like that. It's a little flat brush, synthetic hair. I put some on the back of my hand there, and I am going to dip in that NW15 concealer, and I am going to do a half of that in the back of my hand, and I am going to I'm going to look up and I'm going to see where my natural crease is. This is a nice hack for those of you guys that want to try a half cut crease or any kind of cut anything. And I'm going to place that right there, and I'm going to look up. Okay? And you can kind of see that it imprints further on top of your actual crease, and we're going to use that as a guideline to basically create our cut. And I like to go right above the crease. Okay? And sorry, you guys, like, if my, like, I don't know, my angles aren't right or whatever, but I'm new, like I said, you know, bear with me. But it's like, because I want you guys to see it. Like, I want you guys to see what I'm doing, but because then I'm new. So I'm just taking that and basically following the line from here on out. So when my eyes are open, you can still see my shadow. So, and I'll tell you why I like doing cut creases, because I kind of have like a slight hooded lid. I have a lot of lid space, but my lids are kind of like naturally hooded to an extent, so I enjoy doing half cut creases because it allows you to see more of like the work that I put in. And for whatever reason, like, I like really clean looking makeup. Like, I'm not an abstract kind of person, even though I want to learn how to do all forms of makeup, honestly. Like, but getting back into this cut crease, I like to basically, I don't know if you guys can see that, take my time with it. Like I said, it's not a rush. If this is something you're trying to hurry up and do, this is not a good look for you. Unless you just bout that life, you know. But even me, as a professional makeup artist, I'm not about that life. Like, I'm all about taking my time, because that's important when you're showcasing your work. Now we're gonna move on to the next eye, just to save time. With this palette with this yellow, and which, yeah, I'm just gonna go back in with the yellow. So I'm just gonna take that, spread that on in there, tap off the excess, and I'm going to, ooh, yeah. Do y'all see that? I'm gonna spray with my MAC charger water. Spray my brush because I want to intensify this yellow gold. This one is called Old Banana, by the way. And y'all see how that like really intensified the color. And I'm just gonna take that and use it right on my lid, honey. This yellow is bomb. Like, I haven't tried the original crayon box from the crayon case yet, but honey, I just might have to do that because, baby, listen. The same brush that we used for that berry color, and I'm gonna dip back into that berry color here. Tap off the excess, go to this side here, kind of feather it in so we can use this as a way to blend the shadows together. So like I said, it's not as harsh. I like to kind of like pack the color there too. So just taking that and pressing, literally, like I'm just tapping the color in there. This is how you build color. So if you want something to be more intense, you have to pat it on there. I'm going to do that on the other side here. And kind of sweep it forward like I did with the other one. So I'm just going to use an eyebrow pencil. Well, I'm not using the actual eyebrow pencil. I'm just using the spoolie on the end of the eyebrow pencil, which is basically the eyebrow comb that you use to brush your hairs in place. And I'm going to be using a eyeshadow to do my brows. I'm going to be using, excuse my dirty palette, y'all, but I'm going to be using the MAC Amber Times 9 palette. The color I'm going to be using, I want to say... it's called Aromatic. I think that's what it's called. I'm never good with picking out which names are what. And I'm going to use another brush. It's just how I do brows is I'm going to take this and start in the middle of my brow, not the beginning. And I'm going to use that with a light hand and just fill. Okay, dipping back in with my products, going to the outer edge here, which I use pomades too. I'm naturally not a pomade kind of girl. I usually like pencils and powders better, but I've recently been into pomades, so don't worry about doing it perfect right away. I'm not gonna have like a bulb on the end of my brows like that, because I'm not gonna do anything but cut it with some concealer anyway. So more so the shapeliness of it is what's important to me. And I'm just taking that spoolie and I'm using that to comb the front of my brows so we don't have a boxiness there. It's kind of more of like a feathered in kind of brow. So now that I've filled in my brows, which I'll probably go back in and touch up at some point, I'm going to take another e.l.f. brush. This is the professional concealer brush. It looks like that. I'm going to take my NC35 Studio Finish Concealer in NC35 because I said that already. And I'm going to dip my brush in there like so. I don't know if you guys can see that. Excuse my dirty hands. And I'm going to take that little brush and I'm going to use that in the middle first. To cut my eyebrow. And I am going over some of where I actually put product because it's not necessarily the shape that I want it to be, but I was more so concerned with like the saturation of color there. So, but I'm also using it to create the shape that I wanted in the first place, which is sharp, honey, like that. Sharp, understand? I don't like to use a lot of product in the front because I feel like it can make it look weird. So I'm just, like I said, taking my time and sculpting the brows out so they'll look something like this. I am not somebody that does concealer on the top of my brows. I like to just shape them on the bottom and leave the top alone. Okay. So you'll look something like this. Don't be afraid if you get a little, you know, under or whatever. It's okay. It's okay, sis. Don't have a heart attack. Because now we're going to go back in with this again. And I'm going to go over here on the sides and use that to buff the shadow and the concealer together so we have a seamless finish.
See how that starts to blend itself? I like to lift my brow up too, so I make sure I'm not going too high up towards the brow bone. Because like I said, we use that concealer to bring some of that brow bone back. So we want to keep it that way.
Okay. So you can still see my brow bone and that my eyeshadow is now blended and blown out towards the concealer. You don't see, as opposed to this side, you don't see like what I just did. And I, like I said, I like using this trick because it's easy to forget and not incorporate your brow bone, which I love me a brow bone, honey. Like, I want to see it. Like, I want to see my brow bone.
So now I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Lifting my brow and just using this. Like I said, so once you touch this part, like those little leftover like concealer patches and stuff. I'm dipping back in Tangerine, by the way, which is that orange shade that we use in the Make Me Blush palette. Just to give like some of the color back that I'm losing when I put the concealer there.
And now we're going to take some lashes. So I'm going to be using some Studio Effect lashes from Ardell. These have already been used, so I don't have the packaging anymore. But these are one of my favorite drugstore lashes to put on. Period. And I am using the Duo glue. You can get this from any drugstore. It's my favorite glue. I like to use the black one too, but since we're not doing black liner, we're gonna be doing clear. This is what it looks like. Like I said, it dries clear, and I like this a lot better than the original formula, honestly, because it just dries faster, and I have sensitive eyes for the most part, and it hasn't really bothered me. So I'm going to get a little bit closer because this is how I like to apply my lashes. I like to take a mirror, which I'm going to be using my blush mirror. I like to look down and so I can see the bottom of my my actual lash line, pull it where I need it to go, and then attach it. I like to do my outer corners first and then go for my inner corners. And do it that way. So it'll look something like that. So we have some lashes going on. I ain't like how these lashes looking, y'all. I ain't gonna front to y'all. I ain't gonna lie. So now I am going to go back in with my NC35 concealer. I'm gonna use my finger, and we're gonna start highlighting and contouring, you guys. Okay, so I like to start underneath the eyes. Like I said, this is a cream, so a little goes a long way. You don't have to really like pack it on there. Oh y'all, something wrong with me. But yes, this is going to dip in to that NW45. Now I'm an NC, but I like using NWs for warming up my skin because they're more red based, and I don't want to have a cool look to my skin like too much. And I don't pull it all the way down. I keep it about right there. Bringing it down just a little bit, but about right there. And I like to put it right kind of above my cheekbone. If you want to know where your cheeks at, we'll go like this. Mine are right up under here, but I do that so when I do blend it out, it's not, you know, super harsh or nothing. And I take it up underneath the chin a little bit. I did it down the bridge of my nose, and then like I said, I'll, you know, come up here. Now I'm just gonna take that and circular motions and blend it upwards, not down. Blend it upwards. If you happen to blend it down, it's okay. There's a trick for that. And it's called use setting powder. And just kind of like cut the areas underneath that you feel like maybe you might have used too much, or so, you know, whatever. All right, y'all, you know, since this is my first YouTube channel, I feel like I gotta be real honest with y'all. I got to find a better seats because this little stool ain't working, you know. This is not working for me at all. Your girl is hurting. So now you can see kind of like what the bronzing is doing for my skin. Kind of, like I said, warming me up. I don't look so ghostly. And take this same brush, the 196, and I'm going to dip into my Shade and Light palette in that yellow color there. Tap it off, and then like I said, I'm going to go in and I'm going to press it underneath my eye. with our MAC Shiny Pretty Things Face Compact in medium deep. It looks like this. Like I said, in medium deep, I'm going to take this shade here and tap off the excess, and I'm going to use that to warm myself up. Look how pretty that is, you guys. Oh, but do you win? I'm just going to kind of take this extra time just to kind of like just blend it out a little more, you know, just making sure everything is where it should be. I don't like a super harsh line there, so I like to go underneath my contour a little bit and blend out. Now, if you're somebody who likes a little bit more of a sharper contour, you can definitely keep it like that. I don't, so I'm blending. My Charger Water by MAC. Shake it, shake it, shake it. And I'm going to drench up this gold highlighting shade from the Shiny Pretty Things Holiday Palette and circle up on in there, girl. And I'm going to take that and I'm going to start building up my highlighter. Now, let's talk about highlighters, because I'm somebody who likes to glow from within, okay? I'm not a big, like, I don't know, like, chunkier glitter kind of highlighter person. I will do it, like, just, like, if I'm doing more of a special effects thing or, you know, something like that. But, like, on a normal everyday to day kind of thing, like, my skin, like, I like to look like it's glowing from within. So I've used that, and I'm now, honey, please, please. I like to do my highlighter before my blush. Yes, I know. Off with her head, right? But I'll tell y'all why I like doing it. It's because I feel like it just makes a better blend, because the blush is like the middle color on the cheek area. So I feel like it kind of brings them both together. And now I'm just taking that highlighter and putting it on the tip of my nose and then down the bridge here. Okay. So now I'm going to be going back in with this palette, and I'm going to go into Strawberry Cream with my brush that I used for my contour, and I'm going to use that as blush. I smile just so I can see where the apples of my cheeks are. I don't start right in the beginning of my cheek, but I take it back some like that, and I'm going to do it on the other side here. And sometimes, like, if I feel like I got too much, I'll just take like a paper towel, wipe it off, and then blend forward.
Come to the front with it. So something like that.
With that berry color with my angle brush that I use for my eyebrows, and tap off the excess because we don't want super duper fallout. And I'm going to just drag that color. Now I'm going to take that cranberry color with this brush, tap off the excess, and I'm going to shade the bottom of that purple color, that berry color that we used from Wet n Wild. It's called Lash Renegade. I do put mascara on my false lashes. I know that's normally a thing people don't like to do either, but I do it. Yes, I do, because it gives my lashes more character. Now, if you have lash extensions and stuff like that, I don't suggest that you do this, because via your lash tech, they should have told you that's not a good idea. But for falsies, even mink lashes, like, just stay on the base of it. Just stay on the base of the lash. And then I like to take my finger and kind of like push them together, because I don't want to see my lash versus the false lash. Okay, y'all, we are coming to the end. I feel like I want to do something else to my eyes. I'm gonna go in with that blue color with that brush. I don't know what this is gonna do, y'all. I'm nervous. And I'm gonna, ooh, I like that. Okay, so I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna do my inner corners with it. So we have more. Ooh, I like this, honey. Ooh, she's blue. But I like her, okay. And I'm just gonna take the edge of my brush and kind of like blend it up because I don't want it. Like I say, I don't want to see where one color starts and where one ends. My lip plumper. This one is in Plenty of Pout. It is a MAC plumping lip gloss. It looks like that. And I'm just doing that to, you know, plump these things, make them look like they juicy and whatnot. I'm going to use some Pro Longwear Concealer in the color NW55, which looks like that. Okay? With the same brush I used for my eyes. And we're going to use this as a lip liner. And I'm going to take it in. Now, if you have a regular brown lip liner, you can do that. I don't want you to think like you gotta do this. Because trust me, honey, if I had a lip liner, I would have just been using that. We kind of got some chestnut action happening. That's what it looks like. I could leave it like that. But I'm with my NYX Lingerie Liquid Lipstick. This is in the color Silk Indulgence. And I'm gonna take that, and she's bright, so I'm not gonna use a lot. I like to use my finger with these too. And I'm just gonna build the color the way I want it to. Same brush that we used for our liner, go back in with it and just clean up a little bit. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I was so pumped to do this for you guys. So welcome again to my first YouTube channel, my first video. I hope this look served you guys something and you know you get a lot of inspiration out of it. My nose ring was a little dirty there for the makeup, but and you know that you guys get inspired and not feel like, you know, you have to know what you're gonna do all the time, because I really just didn't know what I was gonna do, and I tried out some new products and I just had a good time, and I really hope that you guys learned some things about it. So like I said, drop some comments below on what you want to see next, what you guys would love to see me do, or just, you know, give me some inspo, like send me a picture or something, like tell me, hey, I want you to look like a Picasso. I got you, you know, I'm gonna do my best. So thank you guys so much. Love, peace, and blessings to you all. And happy holidays. I got some more stuff coming for you guys. I'm going to try to do this as much as I can. I will not make a promise that I can do this every day, because I know I can't do this every day. But if I can get myself to doing one video a week, maybe I can work to 2 videos a week, 3 videos a week, and eventually, you know, baby girl, I'm just going to be in there. But all right, you guys. Love you all.